Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the final video of the faction focused. And today we're going to be looking at Khorne, the Blades of Khorne. That's right, we are ending the faction focus period of the run into the new edition with the Blades of Khorne, the ferocious, violent, bloody, Khorne-worshipping maniacs that are the Blades of Khorne, and a faction that I am very much looking forward to because I have Scarbrand and a box of Blood Warriors to paint up, ready in the anticipation that this article is going to be good, and I will be doing a Blades of Khorne army some point in 4th edition, because I kind of miss my close combatiness. And I'm very tempted to also do World Eaters again for 40k. So yes, giving myself over to Khorne. So the Blades of Khorne, who are they? What are they? Do you know what they are? If you're new to Age of Sigmar and you don't know who the Blades of Khorne are, they are basically the Khorne-worshipping crazy chaos army of Khorne. They love cutting off heads, giving skulls for the skull throne, and blood for the blood god. They are all about violence, they're all about murder, they're all about killing, and they have some of the coolest models in the entire range in the form of Bloodthirsters and Scarbrand and Blood Warriors. I really like the Blood Warriors, and I like the Skull Takers as well, and they have big Chaos Warriors riding around on Juggernauts. They are a really cool faction, probably one of the coolest part of Chaos. And so yes, so if you definitely want to, if you like painting red, which I do, then check out Khorne. Just look at the artwork. They're just so cool. Also, teal is a very good spot color for Khorne as well. So yeah. So let's see what Khorne is all about here in 4th edition. And I'm going to have to do a little bit of jananglings just to bring that screen down a little bit so it all fits in there nicely. Haha. Right, so passive. They have Blood Tithe. Good. Hopefully the Blood Tithe is half decent. I'm hoping for something a little bit similar to the World Eaters, but I don't think we're going to get that. So, at the start of the battle, you start the battle with 0 Blood Tithe points. That's a given. Earn 1 Blood Tithe point each time a unit, friendly or enemy, is destroyed. That is right. You are rewarded for losing your models and units. Brilliant. Reaction. Opponents declares a spell ability. You can use this ability if you have not used any Blood Tithe abilities this turn. Spend 2 Blood Tithe points. This effect is unbound. No rolling. Don't need a roll. You don't need to do nothing. You just literally spend 2 Blood Tithe and you go, you ain't casting shit, mate. That is awesome. Love it. So Total Eclipse, stick it up your bum. Slaughtered Triumphant. You can only use this ability if you have not used any Blood Tithe points this turn. Spend 8 Blood Tithe points. Pick one of the following effects. Add 1 to the attack characteristics of melee weapons used by friendly Blades of Khorne units for the rest of the battle. +1 attack for the rest of the battle. How exciting. Pick a friendly non-unique Bloodthirster, so not Scarbrand, that has been destroyed. Set up an identical replacement of this battle. Oh my lord. Bringing back a Bloodthirster with 8 Blood Tithe points anywhere on the battlefield, 9 inches away from all enemy units. But you kind of have to have one in your army in the first place. But you're going to have a Bloodthirster in your army. But you can't bring Scarbrand back, but you can bring another Bloodthirster back. That is kind of cool. You only use this ability if you have not used any Blood Tithe points this turn. Spend 1 Blood Tithe point. Pick a friendly Blades of Khorne unit that is not in combat to be the target. The target can move 3 inches. It can move into combat. I like it. I like it a lot. In any hero phase, Brass Skull Meteor. You can use this ability if you have not used any Blood Tithe points this turn. Spend 4 Blood Tithe points and pick an enemy unit that is visible to a friendly Blades of Khorne hero to be the target. Roll 8 dice. For each 3+, inflict 1 mortal damage on the target. 4 Blood Tithe for a potential 8 mortal damage. Not bad. Any combat phase. Heads must roll. You can only use this ability if you have not used any Blood Tithe abilities this turn. Spend 6 Blood Tithe points. For the rest of the turn, add 1 to the rend characteristics of melee weapons used by friendly Blades of Khorne units. That is kind of nice, +1 rend. So you're going to get to basically at least do one of something every turn. Is it as impactful as something like the World Eater's Blood Tithe system? No. Is it as big and grand as what the last previous edition was? No. It is a lot simplistic, but it has really, really good. The ability to just say fuck you to magic for 2 Blood Tithe is amazing. The ability to just get +1 attack as soon as you hit 8 Blood Tithe points for the rest of the battle is amazing. And if you have to bring that Bloodthirster back, you can. You can get to move 1 or 3 inches with just 1 Blood Tithe, or you can get mortal wound damage or mortal damage, out on an enemy unit for 4, or you can improve your rend for a turn of combat. Pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. There's some really good parts to this. Really, really quite happy. So, as a new potential Blades of Khorne player, this excites me. So, we've got Khorne Legion, Butchers of Nations. Use this ability. Basically, use this. The unit that uses a fight ability. Pick a friendly blood-bound unit that has not used the fight ability this turn and is 12 inches or off the unit using this ability to be the target. That target can be picked to use a fight ability immediately after the fight ability used by this unit has been resolved. Let's read that again. Pick a friendly blood-bound unit that has not used a fight ability this turn and is within 12 inches of the unit using this ability. So, pick a unit, 12 inches, pick another unit. That target can use a fight ability immediately after the fight ability used this turn. Right, so basically you're going to get to fight with more than one unit immediately after another one. That's kind of cool. It is once per turn. You declared a fight ability for a friendly Blades of Khorne demon unit, and it relies on a demon unit. But guess what? I would hopefully like to think that Bloodthirsters have the bloodbound keyword. If they do, you're going to basically, if you have 2 of them and they're within 12 inches of each other, you're going to hopefully be able to sort of bounce and get them both to a fight. That could be quite devastating. So obviously Khorne doesn't use magic, but they do have priests, and that means they do priesty stuff. So Judgments of Khorne is obviously their priest law. In your hero face for 4 ritual points. If there is not a friendly Hexgore Skulls invocation on the battlefield, pick a friendly Blades of Khorne priest to chant the prayer, then make a chanting roll of D6, set up a Hexgore Skulls invocation, wholly within 12 inches of the chanter and is visible to them and more than 9 inches from all enemy units. A Hexgore Skulls invitation has 2 parts, but must be set up 8 inches from each other. So you're going to be setting up your prayers. Okay, our first war scroll to look at is the mighty Bloodthirster of Incessant Rage. Has a 5-up ward save, liking it already. Has a 4-up save, lice. I would prefer to see them with 3, but 4's okay. They are almost naked and wearing a little bit of armor on the chest and legs, so I guess that makes sense. They move 12. They have 16 health. They have a control of 5. They are a monster, they are heroes, and they fly. They have passive damage, so if you get 8 damage on them, the Great Axe of Khorne drops to 3 attacks from 5. And that Great Axe of Khorne has 5 attacks. Hits on 3s, wounds on 2s, 2 rend, 5 damage, and anti-infantry +1 rend. Oh my god, my mouth is watering at the pure devastation that this model is going to do. Passive, Outrageous Carnage. Each time an attack is made by this unit scores a critical hit, inflict D3 mortal damage on each enemy model within 8 inches of it after the fight ability has been resolved. My life. Oh my lord. Each enemy unit within 8 inches is going to take D3 mortal damage. That is so cool. So cool. Right. but kind of similar to how they had it in 3rd edition anyway, that when they did 6s, they did mortal damage to everything around it. And they had the little damage table, and that's progressively got worse. So now it's basically just a flat D3 mortal damage, which is pretty good. It's definitely going to be, like, this thing's going to get into combat. It's going to do some serious damage to you. Once per turn, any charge phase, if this unit charged this turn, pick an enemy unit within 1 inch of it to be the target, roll a D3. On a 2+, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the equal to the roll. If the target is infantry, inflicts an additional 3 mortal damage on it. This is your literal infantry killer Bloodthirster. It's just going to come in and absolutely wreck. And if you don't know which one that one is, it's the one with the great big massive 2-handed axe. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And we'll definitely be getting one for my Blades to Khorne army, because I think I've decided I'm definitely going to head and do this. Then we have Bloodletters. Bloodletters. The classic demon line unit of a demon host for Khorne. They have no ward save. Or they do have a ward save of 6+. They have an armor save of 5+ because they're naked. They've got a movement of 5. They've got 2 health. They've got a control of 1. They've got an end of turn ability. The Thinning the Veil. If this unit is in combat, you can return D3 slain models in this unit. I love that. Absolutely love it. Plays into what Khorne is all about, which is violence and murder in combat, and you get rewarded if this unit is still in combat. They get D3 slain models back. Love it. Their Hellblades are 2 attacks each. They hit on 3s, they wound on 3s, they do 1 rend, 1 damage, and they do crit mortal damage on 6s to hit. Really nice. Really, really good. Yeah, very impressed with that, actually. Quite nice. Like it. Like it a lot. Karanak, the hero doggy, has a 5-up save, moves 8, 7 health, 2 control, 4, it's got a 6-up ward, lots of cool abilities. So let's see. Deployment phase, Prey of the Blood God, pick an enemy hero to be the unit's quarry, see the Stalk of the Prey, you can pick a hero in reserve. You can pick heroes that are in reserve. Pretty cool. So, first of the pack, while this unit is wholly within 12 inches of a friendly Fresh Hounds of Khorne unit, add 2 to the charge rolls for this unit. In addition, while any friendly Flesh Hound units are within 12 inches of this unit, they can ignore the effects of the Beast ability, that means then they actually start being able to control objectives, which is really good. Okay, so Stalk of the Prey. If this unit's quarry moved this phase, this unit can move up to 8 inches. It cannot move into combat during any part of the move, but must end the move closer to its quarry. So, if your quarry, the hero that you've picked, moves, you get to move. I like that. So, what's it like in combat? He has 6 attacks, he hits on 4s, he wounds on 3s, he has 1 rend, 2 damage, and he's anti-hero plus 1 rend. That's not bad. It's kind of cool that he kind of hunts down heroes. I like that. It's like a 3-headed bloodhound doggy. Really nice doggy. Hopefully we will see a mortal unit, because we're just getting a lot of demons. And we get one of my favorite units in the army, Blood Warriors, the classic Khorne Chaos Warrior unit that came out in 1st edition in the very first launch box of the game. They have 3-up save, like it already, 5 move, 2 health, 1 control. And they have, each unit in this is armed with a Gorax. I haven't built mine yet, so this is going to be very important. 1 model from 1 in 10 can replace their Gorax with a Gorglaive. It's the big 2-handed one. And the champion cannot replace their weapons. Now, one of the things I will say straight away is that there doesn't seem to be any dual wielding, and unless there is another war scroll, but we can't see. So this unit is armed with Goraxes. It doesn't seem to have the little fist shield anymore. So, passive, in no respite, each time this model is in this unit is slain by a combat attack, and that model was in combat with the attacking unit, roll 2 dice. For each 5+, inflict 1 mortal damage on the attacking unit after the fight ability has been resolved. That is kind of what the old thing on the shield on the hands used to do. So it's kind of cool that it's just baked into the war scroll now. So the Gorax is 3 attacks. They hit on 4s. Not impressive. Would expect better. They wound on 3s. They have 1 rend, 1 damage, no abilities. And the Gorax is 3 attacks, 4s and 3s, 2 rend, 2 damage, no abilities. Little bit lackluster. It's a shame. I was hoping for a lot more. maybe 3s and 3s, but okay. It is what it is. And then that's all we're going to get. We're not going to get any of the heroes, or we're going to get any of the cooler stuff in the Blades of Khorne, so I might have to wait until the faction pack to fully decide if this is the army for me. But so far, I'm liking it. This is the spearhead box, which is actually not bad. You get a slaughter priest, you get 10 blood warriors, you get 3 warriors on juggernauts, and you get 10 reavers, which is very cool, sort of thematic mortal element of your army. And I believe that there is a Khorne demons spearhead box. There might be a demon box at least. So that is it. Blood Tithe is done. So they have put a little caveat. That's our last faction focus article. You can read all of them below and find out how your new armies plays in the new edition. Faction packs will be available to download for free before Skaven Tide is released. And the digital battle tomes for Stormcast Eternals, Beasts of Chaos, and Bone Splitters will be very soon after. Now, if it's anything like 10th edition 40k, then that will be dropping sometime next week before pre-orders on the Saturday next week. Saturday the 29th is when pre-orders open. So we're fully expecting everything to drop probably the Wednesday, Thursday, maybe the latest of Friday. That's kind of how they did it for 40k. They kind of dropped all of the indexes and the faction packs and the rules, so you can actually play during the pre-order period. And then you could download your cards and everything else, and you could buy your card packs during the pre-order period. Which is I hope they do. I hope they do the same thing for Age of Sigmar, which they do. We will definitely be seeing some stuff next week. But that is the faction packs done. That is as done. It's been an interesting 3 weeks. I've even had COVID during the middle of it. The channel has seen growth. We have seen many, many views, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. There has been some really cool armies that have been shown, and some armies that have been a bit meh. So next week I will be doing a video on my top 5 favourite armies that I've looked at with the faction focuses, and my 5 biggest raspberries. Some of them are not so great that I don't like, and some of the armies that I look really, really cool, and I'm very excited. Obviously, this is based on my personal opinion, nothing else. So, if you take that as anything, then feel free to use it as a basis for any of your armies coming for 4th edition. Once we get the faction packs, I will be doing a deep dive into the Cities of Sigmar. I will probably do the Seraphon, and I'm very much likely going to be doing the Blades of Khorne as well. And I am going to be doing the Ideneth Deepkin for the Hobby Waffle, because he's asked me to do it. If you want one of your factions covered that I haven't yet said I will be doing, let me know in the comments below, and I will do that for you. So that is the video, everybody. We have a week away from the launch of 4th edition. Well, at least the pre-order. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be mega. It's always a cool time for a new edition because it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting. It's always learning the new ways and the nuances of the game. And I have literally a month and a bit to get as many games in as I can before going to the Northern Ireland GT at the beginning of August, which will be using the new 4th edition rules. Although all the boys that run it, the Age of Sigmar Northern Irish team, are away to Worlds very soon to go and play their last tournament of 3rd edition. So good luck in Northern Ireland. Hope you kick ass. Believe they have the Republic of Ireland round 1. Let's beat up Mick Windle and the rest of the boys and come home with some glory. You guys can do it. Solomon Kane for the new captain role. Anyway, that's the video, everybody. If you like what I do, please like, subscribe, share, talk about it, share it with your friends, comment below, and let me know what you think. And thank you very much. We are so close to hitting 3,000 subscribers. Getting excited. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.